Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel of the subject Basic Electrical Engineering. Myself Pankaj Shah, and previously we have started this chapter that is three-phase AC circuit. And in this three-phase AC circuit, we have started interconnection of system or load, or you can say system to the load. In that interconnection system, we have mentioned there are two methods to interconnect three-phase system. And that two methods are the star connection and the delta connection. In previous video, you have already seen the star connection, the relationship between voltage and current in star connection. In this video, we will discuss the three-phase delta connection. So let's begin with the three-phase delta connection. But before starting with the relationship, how delta is constructed, let's discuss. So in delta connection, the finishing end of, or you can say finishing terminal of the one coil is connected to the starting terminal of the second coil, and so on. So it forms a closed path. So this closed path is known as a mesh connection or the delta connection. Again, I am repeating that the finishing end of the first coil should be connected with the starting end of the second coil. Similarly, finishing end of the second coil should be connected with the starting end of the third coil. And the finishing end of the third coil should be connected with the starting end of the first coil. So this forms a closed path and it is known as a delta connection. The three conductors for a line conductor for a connection, that three conductors are carried out from three junctions which made in this mesh or in this delta connection. So in this way, we are carrying out the three wires from these three terminals. Then we can say that this is a three-phase, three-wire system. There is no neutral path available in this type of delta connection. So let's see how delta connection is formed. So you can see in this figure, there is one delta connection. In this delta connection, there are three coils because this is a three-phase system, so there will be a three coils. So this coil is first the A1, A2 coil, second coil is the B1, B2, and third coil is the C1, C2. A1 is the starting end of the first coil, and A2 is the finishing end. Same way, B1 is the starting end of the second coil. So the finishing end of the first coil should be connected to the starting end of the second coil. Finishing end of the second coil should be connected with the starting end of the third coil. And finishing end of the third coil should be connected with the starting end of the first coil. So this forms a delta connection. And three lines are carried out from this three junction, which is known as the line conductor. So this is a three-phase, three-wire system. If we talk about the voltages and current, then the phase voltage is measured between the coils is E phase. The line voltage measured between any two lines are the line voltages. Current flowing through each coil is the phase current, and current flowing through each line is the line current. So this is very basic of delta connection. The current flowing through each phase is the phase current. The current flowing through each line is the line current. The voltage across each phase or the phase coil is known as the phase voltage, and the voltage between two lines is the line voltage. So this is the very basic concept of the delta connection. Now let's define the relationship between the phase voltage and the line voltage in delta connection. So from this figure, you can see that the voltage between this voltage across this coil is known as the phase voltage, and this is E phase. If you are talking about the terminal number, that is 1, 2 and 3. So if you are measuring the voltage across this terminal 1 and 2, that is known as the phase voltage. And if you are measuring the voltage between these two lines, then again this is known as the line voltage, but it will be same because in parallel path the voltage will be same. So you can say that the voltage across this phase winding is equals to the voltage across these two lines. So Similarly, you can define that the voltage between the terminal 2 and 3 will be equal to the voltage between this Y and B. And similarly, the voltage between terminal 3 and 1 is equals to the voltage between R and B line, that is EBR. And the phase voltages are equal in magnitude as we are talking about the balance system. So it will be E12 is equals to E23 is equals to E31 is equals to E5. Similarly, line voltages are also equal, that is ERY is equals to EYB is equals to EBR is equals to EN. So we can say that all the phase voltages are same, equal in magnitude, and all the line voltages are equal in magnitude. And from this diagram, we can say that phase voltage and line voltage are also equal in magnitude. So we can say that in delta connection, line voltage is equals to phase voltage. So we have derived the relationship between line voltage and phase voltage. In star connection, current was same. In delta connection, voltage is same. So we have to define the relationship between current in delta. So to define the relationship between current, let's consider this simple diagram of a delta connection. So there are three windings connected in delta. R1, R2 is the terminal of the first winding, Y1, Y2 is the terminal of the second winding, and B1, B2 is the terminal of the third winding. Now let's talk about first voltages. Phase voltages are the voltage across this phase winding. We are not defining the phase voltage because we already derived the relationship. We are only deriving the line voltages. So the voltage between R and Y line is VRY, voltage between Y and B line is VYB, and voltage between B and R line is VBR. So these three are the line voltages. Now let's talk about the phase current. So the current flowing through this winding is the IR, phase current IR. Current flowing through this winding is IY. Here we have taken R2 to R1. So also here we have to take Y2 to Y1. If you are taking R1 to R2, then here also you have to take Y1 to Y2. So this is IR, this is IY, and this is IB. These three current are known as the phase current, which is flowing through particularly this winding. Now let's talk about the line current. So the current flowing through the first line is IL1, current flowing through the second line is IL2, and current flowing through the third line is IL3. But you can see that this current is arrived from this junction, and at this junction two currents are there. One current is incoming to this junction and another current is outgoing from this junction. So incoming current is taken as a positive, whereas outgoing current is taken as a negative. So we can say that the line current is nothing but the phase difference of two phase currents. In star connection, line voltage was the phase difference of two phase voltages. And here the line current is the phase difference of the two phase currents. So these three currents, that is the phase currents, are equal in magnitude and 120 degree apart from each other. Let's draw the phasor diagram. So to draw the phasor diagram, we do not need to draw the diagram for the voltage, but our current is 120 degree apart from each other, but it is 5 degree apart from our phase voltage. So let's first draw three phase voltages as we have drawn previously. So this is the phase voltage of the R coil, this is phase voltage of Y coil, and this is phase voltage of B. This phasor diagram is rotated anti-clockwise. So this phase voltage R is rotated first, and behind this phase voltage by 5 degree we have drawn phase current of that phase coil. That coil is IR. Behind this we have drawn IY, and behind this we have drawn IB. This three IR, IY, IB is 120 degree apart from each other, but it is 5 degree lagging behind their phase voltage. Now here we are talking about the currents. So the line current IL1 is the phasor difference of the IR and IB. IR is taken as positive, but IB is taken as negative. So here we have drawn IB. So the reverse vector is drawn here 180 degree. Apart from this IB, there is a vector minus IB. And the angle between this IR and IB is now 60 degree. And if we join this IR and I minus IB by parallelogram method, then this gives the line current, final line current in this vector diagram. And similarly, you can also draw the vector diagram for another two currents also. So to find the values of this IL1, again we are considering the same. Then IL1 is the phasor difference of IR and minus IB. IL2 should be the phasor difference of IY and IR, that is IY minus IR, and IL3 current in the line 3 is IB minus IY. We have not drawn the another two vectors, the phasor diagram. We have drawn only for the first diagram only. Now let's define the relationship between these two. Then, if three currents in three coils are taken equal in magnitude for a balanced system, then it is I phase, and IL1 is equals to IR minus IB. Now the angle between IR and IB was 120 degree, but we have reversed the vector IB, that is minus IB. Then the angle between IR and minus IB is 180 minus 120, that is 60. So from phasor diagram, from that parallelogram, if we are taking the triangular property, then the value of the diagonal, that is the line current, magnitude of that line current is equals to under root first IR square plus IY square plus 2 times IR IY cos 60. So if we are putting the same notation for each of this, then IR is equals to I phase, IY is equals to I phase, 2 times I phase into I phase, and cos 60 is 1 by 2. So this 2 will be cancelled out and it will be under root I phase square plus I phase square plus I phase square. So basically in line currents magnitude equation, it will be under root 3 times I phase square. If we are giving square root to both the term, then it will be root 3 into I phase square. So it will be root 3 into I phase. So basically we can say that we have derived equation of line current and phase current as line current is equals to root 3 times the phase current. So basically in delta connection, we have derived the equation of line current is equals to root 3 times the phase current, and the line voltage is equals to the phase voltage, which is just opposite to the star connection. Because in star connection, current was same and voltage is having root 3 relationship. And in delta connection, voltage is same and current is having root 3 relationship. Now lastly, let's discuss the power in three-phase delta system. So if you are talking about the power per phase, then again we will use the same equation, and the angle between phase voltage and phase current is phi. So the power per phase is V phase I phase cos phi. If you want to convert this power into the line terms, then it will be V phase is equals to directly VL, and I phase is equals to IL by root 3, and cos phi will be as it is. So this is the equation of power per phase. If you want to find the total three-phase power, then you have to multiply this equation by 3. So if you are multiplying this equation by 3, then this root 3 will be cancelled out and 1 root 3 will be available in numerator. So it will be root 3 VL IL cos. So we can say that either our system is connected in star or delta, the power in any three-phase system or a load is given by this formula, that is root 3 VL IL cos phi. So this was all about the three-phase connected delta system. And in this three-phase delta system, we have derived the relationship between voltage and current. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned.